Hope you are enjoying our videos. Today, we come to a new episode in the mother's life. We are going to talk about her human personality. Sri Sarada Devi's human personality. So, there's a lot to discuss. We will just go along with the book. We are doing from Swami Gambhiranandaji's book, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. It was April 1919. Seeing that the mother wailed like the common people at the death of Maku's son, Nara, the minds of the devotees present at Kualpara were troubled with doubts. Hence, when saluting her next morning, Sri Narayan Iyengar, a great devotee from Mysore, asked her, "Why did you cry like an ordinary mortal at the death of Nara?" The simple answer of the mother was, "I am in the world and have to taste the fruit of this tree. That is why I cry." This world, which is a creation of God, has a way of its own that all embodied beings have to follow. The Master declared, when God incarnates himself as man, he has to behave just like any other human being. That's why it is difficult to recognize him. He has all these: hunger, thirst, disease, sorrow, and oftentimes fear, just as men have. He further said, caught in the trap of the five elements, Brahman mourns. This dual aspect of divinity and humanity was expressed through many talks of the mother. At the Udbodhan, she said one day, this was in September 1918, "People call me goddess, and I too think that may be really so, or else how could there be all the strange things that had happened in my life?" Yogen, Golab, and others know much of this. If I should but think, let this happen, or I shall eat this, the Lord somehow fulfills all these. On another occasion, August 1919, the mother was at Jairambati with Radhu. One day she sat after evening to hear the letters being read out to her by a brahmachari. In one of these, a woman devotee had praised her variously. Hearing this, the mother said, "Look here, sometimes it sets me thinking that since I am merely a daughter of Ram Mukherjee and there are many other girls of my age at Jairambati, how do I differ from them?" Devotees come to pay their respect from places unknown to anybody here. Besides, on questioning them, I learn that some are magistrates and some are lawyers. Why do these people come at all? She simply drew attention to the problem but suggested no solution. The brahmachari, however, had no difficulty in diving deeper and discovering the truth. Hence, he pushed the line of thought a step further and inquired, "Well, don't you always remember your real state?" The mother replied, "Can that always be so? How then could all these works be done? But even in the midst of work, whenever the desire arises, I can get the inspiration with a little thought, and then the play of great Maya stands revealed." We turn back to an early time, February 1st, 1907, when the mother was at Jairambati and a devotee wanted to know if the master was the ever present Brahman in its fullness. If the mother confirmed the view, the devotee put it again. As to that, all husbands are to their wives the ever present Brahman in its fullness. I don't ask from that point of view. The mother replied, yes, he is the ever present Brahman in its fullness, as a husband, as also in that other sense. The devotee then fell to thinking that just like the unity of Sita and Rama or of Radha and Krishna, there must be a unity between the mother and the master. And yet, as a matter of fact, he saw before his very eyes the mother engaged in domestic duties. To remove his doubt, he asked, then why do I see you as though making chapatis like any ordinary woman? What are all these? Are these Maya? The mother replied, what else but Maya? Why should I be in such a state if not because of Maya? I should have been sitting by Narayan as his Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. It's just because of the Lord likes to deport as a man. The devotee asked again, doesn't your true nature flash in your mind? The mother replied, yes, it does at times. And then I think, what's this that I am doing? What's this I am engaged in? Again, all these things, pointing in front, houses, children, etc., come to the mind, and I forget my essential nature. And as she had accepted that sport or Maya out of her free will, she said now and again, it's only by accepting an illusion that I am so, or this is nothing but a continuum in the midst of an illusion. The disport of an incarnation are only apparently human. In the Master's life, it strikes one that though he was ever in the divine mood, all his activities on the normal plane had a charm and orderliness of their own. On whatever level of existence his mind might be at a given time, it only revealed moral and intellectual perfection of an ideal order to which others might well aspire to rise. This is a special gift to mankind from Sri Ramakrishna, who finished his earthly play only a few years ago. In the study of Mother's life also, we are forcefully reminded of this fact. Furthermore, just as in the Master's life, there is no lack of ideals for the workaday world in spite of his constant state of spiritual ecstasy, so also in the Mother's life there is piety, renunciation, selflessness, and divine effulgence and serenity. Alongside of these are her affection, service, liberty, modesty, humanity, and other soft human qualities which bring into prominence a much desired corrective to the individualistic and self centered civilization of modern age. In fact, even a casual pursuit of this life makes it clear that while the life divine is ever dedicated to general goodwill, the life human is busy with personal welfare. Bearing all these facts in mind, Swami Premananda once told Swami Keshavananda and other devotees, you have seen with your own eyes how to the mother, who is in reality the great goddess ruling over those who wield the destinies of kings and emperors, has yet elected to become a poor woman plastering the house with cow dung, scouring utensils, winnowing rice, and clearing the leavings of the devotees after their meals. She undertakes all these tasks to teach the householder their domestic duties. What infinite endurance, limitless mercy, and absolute absence of egoism are there. And in a letter he wrote, who has understood the mother? There is not the least trace of splendor. The Master at least had the brilliance of wisdom. What brought about the mother? Forever, even that glow is wanting. What a great power is that! Glory to the mother, victory to the mother, glory to the powerful mother. The poison that we cannot assimilate, we pass on to the mother. The mother takes everyone on her lap. Infinite power, limitless pity. Glory to the mother. Not to speak of us. We have not even seen the master do so. With how much caution and testing would he accept a man? And here, what do we see here in the mother? Astonishing, astonishing. She is giving shelter to all, eating everybody's food, and assimilating all. Mother, mother, victory unto the mother. Remember that mercy of the mother, that infinite compassion of the mother, in weal and woe, in success and failure, in famine and pestilence, in wars and revolutions. Glory unto the mother, victory unto the mother. The mother too spoke one day in this very strain. When a disciple said, "What an abundance of spiritual trance and ecstasy had those who went to the Master, but nothing of that is being done by you to us," the mother replied. "As to that, to how many indeed did he do such a thing, and how selectively as that? Even so, his body fell down quite early. To me, he has pushed on a line of ants. If I do just as he did, how long will my body last? What a number of children I have to tend." The field of application for spiritual power being different, a certain disparity will be noted in the behavior of the two personalities. But close scrutiny will reveal their fundamental similarity. Not only similarity, identity. The renunciation and selflessness which charmed all concerned by their unrestricted expression in and through the life of Sri Ramakrishna, who spent his days in the precinct of a holy temple in the midst of devout souls, did also enlighten the dark labyrinth of domestic duties by being reflected in 1,000 ways against the background of the family relationships in and through the life of Holy Mother. Whereas the master resorted to some petty desires as "I shall smoke, I shall drink water," in order to chain down to the common plane his mind that ever tried to be lost in transcendental heights, the mother accepted Radhu for keeping within limitation a mind that would otherwise expand and merge into infinity beyond. This may appear as a bondage, but on closer observation, we find it a proof of a limitless willpower of the mother. The master gave up gold, whose touch caused him pain. The mother touched it with her head under the belief that it was nothing but the goddess of wealth and good fortune in another form. Rejection of a thing as non Brahman and acceptance of it as a Brahman are both fundamentally indicative of enlightenment and non covetousness. In the light of all such spiritual truths, we proceed to a study of the mother's life in pure human settings. And in doing so, we remind you again and again that in any attempt at an analytical comprehension of this character, we must not totally lose sight of her divinity and accept the purely feminine characteristics of a measure of her greatness. We will stop here today. We will continue again next time, further down, with the same topic. Hope you enjoyed it today. Do stay tuned to Devakshar, like and share our videos, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your comments also. We will end our stream today. Namaskar.